during the early stages of the coronavirus pandemic. Rich Thomason reporting.
Stocks are lower. The Dow is down 336 points. The Nasdaq off 49. More at townhall.com.
Let's be boring and do a commercial about cash-out refinances. It's Ryan, and our mortgage team will often have a listener say, I think I understand what a cash-out refinance is, but can't that be bad for you sometimes? So you know, as with anything, it's certainly not the right move for everyone. If we don't have to, we don't want to add a bunch of years onto our loan, or increase our monthly payment too much, or pay more in the long run. But because home values have skyrocketed so far up the last few years, while rates have come so far down, we've seen many scenarios where listeners can pull out a significant chunk of money from the new value in their home, while lowering the years on the overall loan, while lowering their monthly payment, and lowering how much they ultimately pay. The key is to just look at the whole picture and be honest with yourself about your situation. If you're looking for someone to show you your options, we are United States Mortgage.
Gas is moving in. New safe zone located.
Israel has been helping out in the aftermath of the deadly condominium building collapse in Surgeon happened nearly 2 weeks ago. We have the latest from the media lines.
Several officers from Israel's home-front command who have spent the week sifting through the devastation of the collapsed Miami apartment building will work the site for at least another week. The decision to extend Israel's participation in the recovery operation was approved by Defense Minister Benny Gantz on Tuesday. One of the world's most experienced rescue and recovery units, the Israeli command has traveled the world providing assistance at the scenes of disasters. Its members are engineers and social care experts. The remaining section of the building was leveled by demolition experts on Sunday. I am Felice Friedson, Townhall News, Jerusalem.
News and analysis at themedialine.org and townhall.com.
Gas is closing in.
And political analysis. This is what your brain is news, politics, and
Welcome to the
issues.
Gulag. If you survive, you earn your freedom.
The next generation of great
Win here and you
talk
return to the
radio,
front line.
the
You lose, your fight is over.
Disputed leader of the nation.
Sort them out or catch them. You gave them a proper sorting. Stand by for redeployment.
1-695 Patriot 957-2874. This colony according to the IEW located. First conservative, second, Republican, third, and working every single day to make this the most popular program on Sirius XM Radio, which is based on one thing and one thing only. That is rational thought.
Bounty target has been marked. Kill him.
Interesting story in the Daily Mail that I do not see getting play anywhere else. I mean, it's possible. I can't read every website in the morning. That the Capitol Police are now opening regional offices in Florida and California to, air fingers, quote, deal with threats to members of Congress. Huh. I didn't know that the Capitol Police had jurisdiction outside the Capitol. Why only New York and California? I mean, Florida and California. That's very interesting. They've also asked for a $107 million
Enemy UAV overhead.
the 2022 budget. I thought we were defunding the police. All cops are bastards. Defund the police. Now, standard fare for conservative media and conservative websites, but there's any number of videos out now basically saying that crime is just legal in San Francisco. People are just stealing whatever they want from small businesses, big businesses, chain businesses. We've seen this phenomenon happen throughout the country and the cities. They target things like CVS, Walgreens, supermarkets, Targets, Target. Here's a headline from Fox 5. Target and Walgreens to close early due to thefts in California stores. Target and Walgreens are heightening security efforts in major cities across California amid an increase in theft and crime. Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Sacramento are among the cities
We've got
with
gas
the most
inbound.
organized
Safe
retail
zone
crime in the
relocated.
country, according to the California Retail Association. As a result, stores have been closing early or permanently shuttering. See, now that's what happens when you defund the police. When you look at a mayor in Baltimore who says, well, basically we have to make space for people to break stuff. When you watch riots break out, as they did in Ferguson, Missouri, where we all watched an AutoZone burn to the ground. Businesses are an amenity.
Enemy UAV overhead.
They offer goods and services. If you need car parts and the AutoZone is closed, where are you going to go? I mean, I guess you could order online. Maybe Amazon is happy these things are happening. But when you have businesses in your community, that gives you a certain amount of convenience. It also
Got an
creates
enemy!
jobs. When we say all cops are bastards except for the
Enemy
Capitol
UAV
Police,
overhead.
and we defund the
Gas is
police,
closing in.
and criminals have no fear of
Enemy UAV overhead.
robbery, of mass evil. Sooner or later, when a business can no longer pass its security measures off to the consumer, the business is
Contract time expired. We lost the target.
So if you need that prescription late at night in certain neighborhoods and the Walgreens is closed, oh well. Oh well. You need that gallon of milk? Oh well.
Requesting recon.
UAV entering the AO. Most wanted target neutralized. Well done.
Can you imagine driving
Enemy
by
UAV
Walmart
overhead.
where a Target and it's closed at 5 p.m.? Target told KPIX5 the decision to adjust its stores.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply.
Confirming, quote, for more than a month, we've been experiencing significant and alarming rise in theft and security incidents in our San Francisco stores, similar to reports from other retailers in the area. Target is engaging local law enforcement, that seems nice, elected officials and community partners to address our concerns with the safety of our guests, team members, and communities our top priority. We're temporarily reducing our operating hours in 6 San Francisco.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Theft video service for last week showing a man stealing stored his bike with the goods as security guards and onlookers filmed the incident. This is all over social media. It's all over. It's not just one isolated video. There's dozens of them. These people come in, they're dressed
Gas
like
is closing.
Antifa,
Get to the
they
new
have
safe zone.
garbage bags, they fill them up with stuff, stealing, whatever they want. Nobody stops them. You know, it was the DA of Dallas County that basically said they
Got a loadout drop
people for
inbound.
stealing less than $75 worth of merchandise from any store.
Care package marked.
And many of these prosecutors, yes, here comes the boogeyman, are Soros funded. This is what they want to do to the suburbs. Now, it's not enough that the people that have run the cities, and you know what, this whole thing with the Capitol Police is kind of indicative, right? You have Maya Wiley, who I don't think is going to be the next mayor of New York City, who wants to fund the police. But she lives in a very, very wealthy enclave of Brooklyn, in a standalone detached home with her own private security. And when she was asked about it,
Got
she said,
gas
well, my
moving
husband paid for it. I didn't know anything about it. Really? Do you ever talk to your husband? So your husband's been paying private security to protect your property this whole time and you had no idea? So you've got these Democrats like Cori Bush who will hide behind walls, hide behind the National Guard, hide behind the Capitol Police, but think in the district where she's from, oddly, they should defund the police. Same thing for AOC, same thing for Rashida Tlaib, same thing for Ilhan Omar. These people want police protection for them. They want to prosecute anyone that makes them afraid. They want to throw in jail anyone who commits a crime that affects them. But when it comes to other people, it's let them eat cake. So these elitists want their own security, their own protection. They want the people who scare them to be thrown in jail. But when it comes to robbing people on the streets, pulling people from cars, throwing bricks through windows, mostly peaceful protests. No, it's defund the police. All cops are bad.
Got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
I'm gonna tell you right now, and you might have to start with lesser. Two things need to happen. One, and I never tell anyone to be rude. You don't sell your politics by being rude. If your neighbors in the suburbs are still on board with the Democrats, you need to have a little talk with them. Because you're not gonna be happy if your kids can't rights. You're not gonna be happy if you can't pull up to a store and run in and get a few things without being accosted. You're not gonna be happy if there's no police to call in the burbs. You're not gonna be happy when the taxes have to go up.
Got gas moving
So
in.
the Airfingers quote community can be more inclusive, where you're going to pay more and get less. I'm telling you, you want the warning sign? I'll tell you this right now. This is a pretty basic warning. Where I live in New Jersey, you get about 10-15 minutes west of me, and you go from communities that have
There's less than 10 to go. You can win
city
this.
water and sewer to well water and septic. To Sussex County, line. If you live in a community where many of the houses have septic and well, and you hear that the municipal
Got gas
water and
inbound.
sewer lines are
Safe
getting
zone
upgraded,
relocated.
that means something's happening. That means some new construction's coming in, big construction. Not a few more subdivided lots, not a few more homes, something big. See, and that's where this goes. If you've got a community where the taxes are kept reasonable because you aren't constantly upgrading infrastructure.
Enemy cluster strike incoming.
But you
Take
don't
cover.
have a mass movement of population, and you're not having to build out schools or hire new police officers or whatever.
Got gas moving in.
And all of a sudden, the government comes in and says, well, now you guys have to build this amount of housing. It's got to go here. Well, you're going to need power lines, sewer lines. You're going to need all sorts of infrastructure. Waste removal, new police officers, maybe you have to open a firehouse. All of this is going to cost the taxpayer. And you know who's not going to pay for it? The people that are being brought in by government. And if you're bringing in more people from these cities with city problems, you can't really bear to hear that from coming there. If you start to move all of the elements of the city, right, and it'll sound like, oh, we're going to get some more community. We'll start with some light rail, a few more
Less
buses.
than 5
That's
targets
nice.
remaining.
Right. What's being
Gas
sold
is
as
inbound. Marking new
convenience,
safe zone.
as making
Enemy
the
UAV
commute in the
overhead.
morning easier, what have you. The more a suburb takes
Got
on the
gas moving in.
characteristics of the city for good, you're gonna get the bad. You're going to get the bad, and the bad will outweigh the good. And when the suburb or small size city starts to take on the characteristics of a major metropolitan city, then what do? It's too late. You will lose election after election.
No targets remain. You earned the win.
Right now, the administration is holding millions and millions of dollars over the heads of these local mayors saying, change your zoning. I love the fact that they're holding stand behind this. How is that? I didn't know that there was some constitutional obligation in every community to build highways and roads. I didn't know. Did you see that? I didn't see the existence of HUD. I didn't see the existence of HUD in the Constitution. I don't think you can. But there it is. 96695
Good game, man.
Here's another interesting thing that's not getting, well, it'll get play in the media, but it's not going to be blamed on Biden. The Taliban is uploading videos of Afghan army soldiers surrendering to the Taliban and handing over their weapons. Headline NBC, Taliban parades weapons seized from Afghan forces as its resurgence grows. The Taliban have showed off containers full of weapons and